Hello, so today I want to talk about how you can use breathing techniques to help you reach peak performance and help you be able to perform in the manner that you want to when you are either in practice or a competition. And one of the big things I want to look at with breathing, because it is a very powerful tool. It's not always the right tool for everybody, but one of the things I often find with clients and people I talk to is they'll say, I tried breathing and it didn't work for me. But then I'll ask them, well, how often are you practicing, obviously specific breathing techniques to help maybe control your emotional arousal state, to help you be able to now effectively be able to perform. And they'll say, well, I don't. I just do it when I need it, when I'm getting really anxious, or getting really nervous, or getting really angry or frustrated, but it's not working. And that is why it's not working, because if you only tried to do a skill set in a critical moment where your emotions are running high, it's not going to work very well. If you look at any other skill set that you may have on the physical side, from throwing a ball to shooting a jump shot, if you never practiced it and then you got put into a very critical, high pressured situation where your emotions are running high, would you be good at doing that skill set? Probably not. And breathing is the same thing. There's different breathing techniques out there to help us to calm down. Some breathing techniques to help us almost get a little bit more amped up and going. We obviously need to understand where are we and where do we need to go, or how do we need to use the breathing to help us in that moment. But really the key is also you've got to practice the breathing techniques. You've got to get very good at being able to manipulate what you're trying to manipulate through breathing by practicing it. And if you're not doing that, then no, it's not probably going to work for you in the manner in which it needs to, and when you need it in those critical moments. So that's really just something I wanted to kind of go over. I do also want to go over maybe just a couple examples of breathing techniques to help kind of calm you down, or help to kind of, bring you down if you are getting a little bit maybe more amped up, or a little bit more nervous, or maybe angry or frustrated, and you need to obviously kind of calm down. There's obviously many breathing techniques beyond these three that I'm going to go over, but these are definitely some of the popular ones. So the first breathing technique, which is exceptionally popular, is the box breathing technique. And so the box breathing technique is where you breathe in for 4 seconds, and then you hold the in-breath for 4 seconds, and then you breathe out for 4 seconds, and then you hold that exhale for 4 seconds, and then repeat the process. So it's 4 in, hold, 4 out, hold, and each one is 4 seconds. And then you obviously want to repeat that. Again, the more you practice it, probably the fewer of these you might need to do in order to kind of set yourself and resettle yourself back down. Another option is diaphragmatic breathing. And so again, there's, I think, different techniques even for diaphragmatic breathing out there. One of the ways that I use this with my clients and suggest is basically making your exhale last twice as long as your inhale. So you want to breathe in through your nose, and then you want to breathe out through your mouth. And you just want to try and make your exhale last twice as long. So if it takes 3 seconds to breathe in, try and elongate your breath for 6 seconds, 4 seconds in, 8 seconds out. And you obviously want to try and create that, make it longer with time and with practice. And the other thing too is you obviously want to try and relax your shoulders and really try and just gently pull that air deeper into your abdomen and into your diaphragm. And another thing with this one too is it's not just this big kind of inhale that you're just sucking this air in really quickly. It doesn't have to look like this giant in-breath or out-breath. It can just be a nice, gentle kind of pulling that air in very gently and just trying to elongate it. That's really more of what we're looking for with that breath. And then another breath is the 4-7-8 style breath, which is basically you first exhale all of your air out of your lungs, and then you breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds, and then hold that for 7 seconds, and then breathe out through pursed lips for 8 seconds. And so those are a couple, or I said a few different breathing techniques. As I said, lots more out there. It's always about finding the right technique for you. And this is what I always do with my clients, as well as trying to help them to find the right technique that works for them and then get them to practice it. And so they play around with these different breathing techniques at home, and then obviously get better with them and kind of use them as needed, but obviously are practicing them as well, so that when they do really need it in a critical moment, they have that skill set or competent in it and it actually works for them.